Hey everyone, it is time for the weekly 536 show with me, Kim. Remember, 536 is 5 is change and freedom, 3 is all about creativity and communication, and 6 is all about health, education, all that kind of good stuff. And so this week, that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm in the airport. As you all know, I said that I would come and do a live on my layover. And so I'm currently on a layover. Let's see, what am I drinking? So even on a layover, I have my drink. This is not a Pepsi. It's probably gonna be hard to see, but this is my green tea matcha and one of my fizz. So the green tea matcha, if you all decide to join me for the 7-day fresh start, it includes 7 green tea matchas, and you have one a day, and it doesn't break your fast because it is only 25 calories. On the 7-day fresh start, it does include intermittent fasting. So some of the things that are in this are caprylic acid from organic MCT oil, capric acid from organic MCT oil, caffeine from organic matcha green tea, and L-theanine from organic matcha green tea. And then it goes through and tells you how much of all of that is in there. But that is the matcha that comes with the 7-day fresh start. And then I like to have mine iced, and I like to have an energy fizz. So the energy fizz is raspberry flavored, and it's ginseng and green tea. That's where the caffeine comes from. So that's what I have today in this. It's not Pepsi, but in this Pepsi cup. And I don't know what I did with my straw, so I'll just be doing this ever so often. Someone asked me about clumps, and I've noticed that I have less clumps in my green tea when I have it with a fizz. And when I have it iced, but you can have it warm, you can have it with nut milk, however you want to have your matcha green tea. I really love my matcha green tea. I no longer drink the other brand and version of green tea. I just drink this one. Hey, thanks for coming to watch. I see Thomas Cooper. Hey, Sasha Cooper, how you doing? I'm glad you're on here. All right, so let's get started with the week. Well, first, I always like to do three pieces of gratitude. So one, I'm thankful that I'm on right now. I'm in Milwaukee. I'm traveling from Colorado. I enjoyed my trip to Colorado. I went for a dear friend, and she used to be one of my troops. A dear friend, her promotion to Chief Master Sergeant. I was so glad to see it, glad to be there, and I was glad to give the Chief Creed. So very excited about that and about her future as a Chief Master Sergeant. It was great to do that on my year of retirement, to usher someone into the fold of the life and everything of being Chief Master Sergeant. That's one. 2, I also got to spend some time with my cousin, Portia, and I loved every minute of that. We went to Meow Wolf, got to see a lot of the arts. We went out to eat. We enjoyed Denver. It was really great. It was really, really great. And then let's see, the third one, I have so many things to be thankful for, but the third one is that I have time to journal. I have time to think. I have time to get my mind and everything together, to look at the week ahead. So some things for the week ahead. I'm going to do this in 2 parts. And so the first part, I'm going to really concentrate on the numbers. And the second part, I'm going to concentrate more on the astros. And so I'll let you know when I go from each part. So this week, there's 3 sets of numbers that I'm seeing multiple times. And those numbers are in the creation triad. So back to a few weeks ago, I said, hey, we're in March, right? March is 3 plus 9, 9 being 2025, which is 3 plus 9 is 12, 1 plus 2 is 3. So that's a month of entertainment, creation, joy, and activity. And with that, there are certain numbers that are part of the creation triad, which are 3, 6, and 9. These numbers work together. They're all about creation. 2, 4, and 8, for example, they're all about manifestation. And so this is the number of, I'm getting this information, I'm feeling joy, I'm feeling great, and I want to bring these things to life. Whatever these things are, I want to bring them to life. So like I said, entertainment, joy, creation. These are important because this week we have 3 of the creation triad numbers on different days of the week. And so the big days of the week that have those numbers are today. Today is the 9th, so that'd be 3, 9, and you look at 2025, it's a 9, so 399. The next one is Wednesday, which is the 12th, so 1 plus 2 equals 3, so 339. right? And then Saturday is the 15th. 1 plus 5 equals 6. 3, 6, 9. Okay, so in this week we have 3 of the creation triad. And so just a reminder, if you're like, I don't remember what that means, Kim, what does that mean? So some of the numbers that go with the 399: self-expression, being sociable, entertainment, theater, and just being social. Tips to use these kind of numbers: create and communicate, cultivate, celebrate, a time of tolerance, that's the 9, and brotherly love, that's a 9. So that's really more of for 399. So self-expression, sociability, entertainment, theater, all that kind of stuff. Create, right? That's Sunday. That's today. So Sunday today. So hopefully you're feeling creative, and it doesn't have to be painting. It doesn't even have to be writing. It could be just, oh, I've got these ideas that are bubbling up. And I'll talk about that later because it comes up again when I look at the astros. All right. Then on Wednesday, like I said, Wednesday is 339. And that equals a 6. So what's interesting about this is every day that you have a creation triad number, it equals a number within the creation triad. So today, 399, that equals 12, which equals a 3. Wednesday, 339 equals a 15, which 1 plus 5 equals 6. And then the 369, that ends up equaling 9. 18 equals 9. So Wednesday, key words for Wednesday are entertain, create, a sense of joy, activity, or joyous activity. If those of you who love to dance, a good day to dance. Culminate, that's ending. So, that's ending, celebrate, selflessness. Those are the areas of where 9 is coming in. For Saturday, for that 369, create and be in joy. You're going to see that a lot this week. There's a lot of create, a lot of be in joy. But 6 is also service, education at home. I'm going to say that again when I go back to the days of the week. And then a 9 is celebrate, culminate, endings. Compassion, loving, emotional, engaged, highly creative, nurturing, enthusiastic, social, be of service, and uplift. Those are some of the words that go with that 3, 6, and the 9. And like I said, you're going to hear it multiple times this week because that's really a big theme of this week is being creative and how to be creative. And like I said, it's more than painting or using crayons. All right, so that's Sunday. Monday is the 10th. So 3 plus 1 plus 2025, or 3 plus 1 plus 9, however you want to look at that, or even 3 plus 1, because the month is a 3 plus the day, 1. No matter what, it comes up to a 4. So it's a 13-4. 4s are all about organization, planning, work, details, and concentrate. I would say Monday is a good day to get organized, right? I'm going to be at a conference on Monday, so I will be thinking about what's happening the rest of the year. The person that's going to succeed me in the position I'm in, he's going to be at this conference. We're going to be talking about and getting organized so that I can transition all my work stuff to him and he could go and be successful, right? So planning, work, details, concentrate for success. Okay, Tuesday, we're going to go to Tuesday. Tuesday has 2 numbers, and that's also a thing. This week we have multiple days that have multiple numbers. So Tuesday is the 11th. 11 itself is a number. 11 is all about leadership. It is all about initiative. It's all about being inspiration, being in the limelight. It's a spiritual day. That's what 11s are all about. It's leadership. I already said that, but it's 2, but with leadership. So 2s are all about peaceful reception, balance, relationships, but it's the leadership part of that, right? So that's an 11. That day is also a 14-5. So 3 plus 1 plus 1, which is a 5. But 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 of the 2025. Or you can do 11 plus 3, we can go multiple ways. Anyway, it's 14 equals 5. That's a day. 5s are all about change, freedom, just like the 536 show, but change, freedom, curiosity, sell, speculate. So if you're thinking about doing sales, that's a really good day for that. Or it doesn't have to be selling a product. It could be selling an idea. It could be maybe it's something at work where you're like, hey, I really think this idea should be picked up by someone else and that they should run with it. That's a good day to have that conversation. So then Wednesday, I already went over the 339. That's one of them. The second one is that 15, that's 6. That 1 plus 5 equals 6. So that's a day of domesticity, eat at home. So whenever there's an eat at home day, I always say, oh, it's time for me to eat my own food and do my own thing, right? Pack my lunch, right? It's time to do that kind of stuff. Avoid arguments, be of service, a day of education, a day of health, It's a good day to sign for a lease or a house. So I know for me, what I was going to do is I'm going to check with someone because we're going to start looking at houses soon. And it's a good day to actually have that conversation, to look at houses and do things like that. Okay, Thursday is a 16-7. So once again, counting all the numbers up, 16-7, perfection, quiet day, a good day for meditation. Sevens are always good days for meditation, good days to go out in nature, good days to listen to whatever's happening on high and bring it down to earth. And this is some of my old stuff, but mining, stocks, will, all that kind of good stuff. So that's a good day for that. I don't mean to say so many times. Then we get to Friday. Friday is a 17-8. Friday is also the lunar eclipse. I'll come back to that on the second half of this. But a 17-8 is all about organization, big contracts, investing, having directors meetings. So a good day to be in charge. That's a 17. A 17 is a good day to be in charge, but you get to 8 in multiple ways. You're getting there through a 17. So 1 is action, 7 is all those things you've learned or heard from on high, bringing it down to earth, making it practical. I would say it's a good day for practical leadership, right? A practical organization, practical doing all those kinds of good things. I already talked about the 369 in Saturday, and then we get to 369, that's 18, 1 plus 8 equals 9. So goodwill, speechcraft, national advertising, selflessness, tolerance, brotherly love, achievement, business, expansion, and you can do business in any kinds of ways. So that's an 18-9. It's also completions, culminations, endings, all that kind of good stuff. Let's see. So as a review, the days that have 2 numbers this week, Sunday has more than 2 numbers. So today is 399. It's also, depending on how you get there, it's a mirror image day. A mirror image day means you can look both ways. So it's a 21. It's also a 12. So it's also a 3. So as a 21 is the truth will set you free. A 12 is a number of service. So between truth and between service, you have to figure out how am I going to do the things that I'm meant to do and be of service, and do it without being in victim consciousness. Those are good numbers for today. For Tuesday, the 2 numbers are 11 and 14, and 14 equals 5. Wednesday, the 2 numbers are 339 and 15, which equals 6. 1 plus 5 equals 6. And then on Saturday, the 2 numbers are 369, 18 equals 9. 1 plus 8 equals 9. And so we have the creation triad all week. It is definitely a week of creation. And there's a 1 master number on one day, which is the 11th. And we have a good amount of the universal days that either equal by themselves 3, 6, and 9, or the days are equaling 3, 6, and 9. So lots of creation triad, lots of all that kind of energy. All right, I'm going to come with part 2. So keep part 1 in mind. That part 1 was mostly, let's just look at the numbers. Part 2, we're going to look at the astrology, and I've decided to put those separately so then you can check and see which one you want to be a part of. And no matter what, I'm going to invite you, of course, to join me for the 7 days to get healthy for spring. And you get the green tea. It's the intermittent fasting. There's also a shake, and there's also a probiotic that's part of that. So let me know if you're interested. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm going to come back for part 2. See you soon.